welcome to another episode of Project MN Ultra. Got it in one. Tonight we're going to be talking about, be a little bit all over the place. We're going to talk about that Academy Award-winning movie Commando. We may talk about a Karen, maybe not. I'm sure Aaron's got other stuff. And then we also have just news around the world and things, and just yammering, lots of yammering.
That's fake news. Aaron does not have any more stuff.
I said may.
Oh, okay.
Aaron
good.
may have.
I just don't want to disappoint the listeners here. Okay.
Oh, dude.
Keep them in suspense.
The unexpected.
Right when you hit the screen, they're disappointed. So it's like it's done immediately.
Nice.
You have nowhere to go but up, and that works.
At least I'm consistent.
Yeah.
That's
That's
right.
what I'm saying. Sorry.
So I see here on the docket that you were reading through here, we're going to talk about the award-winning movie Commando. We're going to talk about the Seattle area takeover. See, we give JP a shot at this, see what he can remember, and then we bust in with the real facts.
This was take number 7, so.
Yep, the Seattle.
No, you actually told me where that was, but then I'm like, I think I went to get something to drink, and then there's a shiny thing and a squirrel.
2 minutes had happened in between that, and that's a lot can happen in 2 minutes, especially with Mr. JP. And then you had mentioned something about the media, namely CNN. Yeah. So those are the topics that we're going to get through.
Yes.
Explore on this episode of MN Ultra Project. So Commando, 1985, a gem of
Aaron,
a movie.
You were 1 year old.
I was one. Yes, that's correct.
I was older than that, but still a toddler.
How old were you?
I probably didn't see it when it came out, so I would have been four or five.
So 4 or 5. So you were
How old were you?
Well, you were 4 or 5 times older than Aaron at the time, then, weren't you? Kind of.
Oh yeah. I was in big boy pants.
That's almost an improper relationship.
I'm still not wearing big boy pants, so.
Or maybe.
Is that because of COVID, or is that just how you're rolling now?
I'm going to go with COVID to just rescue me. So here we go. All right.
I'm just the opposite on the COVID. I hit my
diapers the entire time.
I heard another low point of weight. I dropped below my lowest when I lost all my weight.
No shit. What are you at now?
221.5.
So we're going to call that 222.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. No, that's cool. No kidding, man. What's the secret? Just not eating, or you know what? Let me guess. Building a woodsman workstation. I don't know what the fuck they're called. A woods table, woody table.
Just
there we go.
Playing with a lot of wood.
Yeah. Playing with a lot of wood. No, I forget that you know me. You've seen me. You've been to lunch with me before. When I throw half my food away half the time, and I just
just to lose weight. You're like gone. Half of it. See you later.
8 years ago, I just have a different relationship with food, if that makes any fucking sense.
You're really good at like not listening to your brain's impulse to just keep eating. But I'm full. I'm technically not hungry anymore, so I'm going to stop.
And plus, I eat so fucking slow too.
Yeah. But that's huge, though, because they even tell you that, right?
Yeah, eating slow helps.
Let me tell you something, folks. If you're taking your nutrition advice from me, see these flabs here? Yeah, fucked up. So yeah.
Do you know what I noticed the other day is like when I get what I call water fat. Like if I have a day where I drink a lot of fluids, like the next day once the body's kind of cycled everything through, I have an old man's little sag here every once in a while. Just
the neck vagina.
Just a little one. I'm like, hey, come on.
You're close to the neck vagina. Yep, because there are 2 sags that'll fall down.
I don't think it'll quite get to that. I'll just start eating lots of pasta if that's the case. Hey, speaking of pasta, do you know what is a really tasty thing? Because, I mean, everybody doesn't mind ramen. Right?
I think that's on the box, right? Everybody doesn't mind ramen.
This shit's cheap. Everybody doesn't mind it.
Everybody doesn't mind it. Exactly. Now, I am a lover of ramen because I like doing different things with it, right? So what I've kind of been doing as of late is I go to just get the fucking cheapest fucking macaroni and cheese that they have. You know, like fucking the generic brand A or brand B stuff. You know, like it's like the generic to the generic. I come home, I just tear the box open, pull out the cheese pack, throw the noodles away, and then I just use that cheese pack with, and I make the ramen noodles.
Are you talking about mac? Okay, got it.
So I just want to, while you're saying this, again, he's at his lowest weight, folks. He's eating this, and he's losing weight.
You don't eat noodles, you just eat cheese packs.
He's like, you know what?
We're going the opposite, just yellow 5.
The salt and carbohydrates in these ramen noodles just weren't good enough. So I bought the worst kind of cheese I could get, and I put it in there, and I'm losing weight.
But they're
Fuck you. Fuck you.
Well, you don't eat it all.
I know, exactly. Yeah, you're right.
Sure. You know? But I buy canned chicken, and like I'll throw canned chicken in there. I'll throw peas and carrots. Hey, I should call it something to do with gump. Yeah.
Something to do with gump?
Gump ramen. Because me and Jenny was just like peas and carrots.
Oh my God! Wow. There you go.
Okay, back to Commando, 1985.
Yeah, how did we get here?
Well, why'd you change the subject? No shit. You have me here, and you're like, how did we get here?
Jesus. All right, yeah, Commando. So that was honestly, I had seen parts of this movie before. I don't think I've seen the entire thing through and like paid attention to it. I love how the action movies from this era, you said this was 85, right? 85?
Correct, yep.
85. How they're just, okay, we know we have to show, his daughter was Alyssa Milano, right?
Oh, yeah.
A young Alyssa Milano. They had to like just get those 4 scene shot to show that they have this honest father-daughter relationship. Like they are swimming and splashing each other. They go get ice cream, and she puts it on his face, and they laugh about it. And
that was the strangest part about the movie was the intro. Like it's not an action. Like when they start doing the title sequence, it was like Family Ties or something. I was like, but
it's great. They just that was to me. I was watching. I'm like, check a box, check a box, check a box, check a box.
Because that was like 80s, man.
Oh, and now today, like when you see a movie, like if they were to remake Commando, they wouldn't just do the check the box. They would try to make it interwoven story and try to make it all serious, and it wouldn't work. The reason this works is because right away when you see the way they're cutting that, you're like, okay, come on. We know what this is. The director knows what this is. Nobody's insulting our intelligence. Let's go kill people.
And then you guys know how to throw saw blades now.
Oh, fuck that. He like scalped a guy with it. Mm-hmm. Even his name, John Matrix or Matrix.
Yeah, Colonel Matrix.
Colonel
Matrix. Yep. Oh fuck, man! It was a good time, and all the terrible taglines.
That they were so good. I mean, I think that was the point. You know, he started off like Conan, couldn't speak at all. Slowly, the Terminator. Okay, robot. We'll give you a few words. Then straight up Commando. It's like, okay, you guys, you got one-liners down. We'll just do that.
Yeah, because as I started watching this, I looked up the IMDb. I did not realize that both Conans and Terminator 1 came out before this.
Right.
So he was already a big fucking deal before Commando, right?
He even had to throw the I'll be back in it.
Felt like it was his breakout movie. Like, you know, when John Cena had his first movie post-wrestling. It kind of had that feel of it, you know.
Back in the day.
John, how old were you when this came out?
22, 23.
So, okay, it's perfect. So you were in the pulse of right when this came out. Was this a big deal?
Yeah,
like,
fucking everybody.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, especially like, you know, I worked in kitchens at the time, and everybody's like, oh, yeah, man, went to fuck see Commando at the Man Theater again last night. Fucking dollar night, man.
That's awesome.
Do you guys start quoting it and going back and forth and riffing on the one-liners?
Cool quotes in the movie, man.
Blow off some steam. Not even my favorite one, though. My favorite one is, that's why I'm going to kill you last. Remember when I told you I'd kill you last? I lied.
Right. I like the bit right after that where he's in the car and she's like, what did you do with, what's his name? I let him go.
I let him go.
Dude, and then he just straight up hijacks that girl. Like how he snuck up on her. He's like, don't move. Don't say a word. Like, what the creepy shit.
I just pulled your seat out of your car.
And after he kills the guy in the airport, and he tells the stewardess, "Thank you, and do me a favor, do not disturb my friend. He's dead tired."
Oh God, dude, love it, fucking love it.
There's some good bits. I'll give him that. Yeah,
but it was fun. You know, it's like.
Oh, hey, what about when he's talking to Cindy, a very young Radon Chong? I think she was 19 at the time. She's like, "Don't be offended by this question, but are you gonna kill me or something?" He's like, "No." I told you to tell me if you were gonna. Sure, I would. Really? Trust me.
Trust. Oh God, dude! And then how he just like gets into her car and he rips the seat out.
Exactly. Yeah.
Just like every moment of the movie they wanted Arnold to show off his strength.
It's all muscles all the time.
God, dude, it was.
That guy I trusted for years wants me dead. That's understandable. I've only known you for 5 minutes, and I want you dead too.
Mm-hmm.
It's great. It's just stupid.
Mm-hmm. Exactly, but there's not a lot of stupid movies like that anymore.
There's not.
Everything's so too fucking serious now.
I just like how his delivery was so disjointed, because he always like, "Listen to me." How often do we hear him say that in movies? "Listen to me."
So
That's a joke.
Did you catch the "I'll be back"?
Yeah, he threw it in there. Yeah.
So was that a callback to Terminator? Oh,
it probably was. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was him riffing. He didn't know what to do. He riffed.
No, but Sally, you'll have to quit worrying about me. What you need to worry about is gravity. My arm is getting tired.
I got you in my weak arm. God. What a fun movie.
I mean, not an overabundance of redeeming qualities, but it's a keeper, man, because it's a movie snapshot of the 80s to a degree, or just representative. It's like a milestone in the 80s.
Right.
If that makes sense.
I just like how you didn't need any of the small talk. You know what I mean? Like, it was just like, you know what? Here's their relationship with the daughter. We don't have to put a bunch of shit in between. You just see, they're playing ice cream. Yeah. On to the killing. And
we've established it. Yep.
Exactly. Love it.
I'm in the shed. What do I use? Saw blades. Machetes.
The dude who was the bad guy too, like he's wearing like the cut off vest.
It almost looked like it was some it looked like it was chainmail, but it wasn't. It was like, what is going on?
And his weapon never ran out of bullets.
No.
Run!
Well, dude, like when they went to that weapon store and they grabbed all the weapons. Rocket launchers, bazookas, like it's so fucking ridiculous. And then she shot
she knows. Yeah, she immediately knows how to use the rocket launcher. I mean, obviously she shot it backwards the first time, but that's just turning it around.
Hey, well, at least she figured that part out. That's kind of important.
And she has pinpoint accuracy.
Oh yeah,
pinpoint accuracy to get him out of that van, right? Because she hit it just right, so he would be fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, well, she oozed some of that from Schwarzenegger. Kind of, I think.
Process by osmosis type of thing.
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay.
I eat green berets for breakfast, and right now, he punches Cook. I am very hungry. Kicks.
Oh, God. Just him killing an entire,
battalion.
Yeah, like a villa full of, 200 enemy soldiers. Yeah.
No, there were some fucking great lines in that movie. They're so bad.
Hey, Matrix, did you leave anything for us? Just the bodies.
That's all it was. It was just a giant riff fest. Yeah, just quotes. Mm-hmm. Like I said, they slowly built up. Like, you can't talk in Conan. You obviously don't know any English, and we're just using you for your muscles. Terminator, okay, we'll give you a few lines. This was like, okay, we're going to give you a whole bunch of lines that are just funny. What was after this? What was this claim after this? Total Recall?
Matrix throws a steam pipe towards Bennett, killing him in the process as his body emits steam. Matrix says, let us steam, Bennett.
See, that's all it was. They just had...
He had Predator not long after this.
Yeah, Predator was after. Yeah. Raw deal, then Predator.
Fun, ugly motherfucker.
I love Predator. I grew up on that.
I think Predator is probably... I think that was the top of the line there for him.
For his action movies, for me, yeah, I would say. Well, True Lies was really good.
Yeah, True Lies was good.
Was probably short of the Terminator stuff, True Lies is probably the pinnacle of his commercial success across the board.
What did you think? So Terminator, what's your favorite Terminator, 1 or 2? We're not counting the rest. Mine was 2. And it was probably because of my age.
I'm probably going to say 2 as well, because Terminator 1 is a cult hit. I love it. Loved it when I first saw it. But it always had it always kind of had a janky look for me. You know? Like you can tell it was like one of his first movies. And
yeah.
Sure.
And that happened to me immediately when I was in the theater watching it.
Terminator 1?
When I'm watching, yeah, I kind of saw it. Just seemed a little. Like I said, I loved it. It was fantastic, but I always had that feeling. So I'd have to go with 2.
Cool. Wow, I did not expect that.
It's a toss-up for me. I don't know if I have a preference. I think there's the nostalgia factor of Terminator just because it's the first, and the whole kind of runaway chase part. I like that. Terminator 2 is just. I don't know. It's got that. It does have a lot more to it, though. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's got more of that kind of what I'd say. Terminator 2 was to Terminator 1 what Aliens was to Alien.
Yep. Oh shit. Okay. Yep.
Pretty much.
Yeah, because they got the proof that the movie was good.
Yeah.
Like, because Terminator 2 had to have had a bigger budget, man. The special effects in that for that time.
Even the score, the fucking. If you ever want to listen to just an awesome fucking soundtrack, just while you're doing something, put on that soundtrack. It fucking rocks, man.
Yeah, James Cameron knows what he's doing too. I mean, Jesus. Yeah.
He's a ball buster though, man. Like we were talking about earlier,
Is he?
Yeah, he's very intense and very. He pushes his people to the fucking limit. Like there are sometimes scenes where, like in The Abyss, where Mary Master Antonio was. Like drowning, or they pulled her out of the water and they're trying to bring her back. They redid that scene so many fucking times. And like when Ed Harris is slapping her, Ed Harris is fucking slapping her, man.
Right.
And like he'd really be intense, like a lot of underwater stuff. I think there were some people who almost drowned. And then we see
Jesus.
She can't even talk about, refuses to talk about that experience in any interviews or anything.
Got some PTSD.
Yeah. Sorry for tangents.
No, you're made for tangents.
Yeah.
So do you think when they started making Taken, do you think they used Commando as the driving force of it? Because it's like the same kind of concept?
Yeah. I can see it.
But with better fighting and actually kind of better lines.
Yeah, better story. The writing's gotten a little bit better, I think. Right.
We had about 20 years to improve on this philosophy and the story here, so let's improve this.
It's not fair to compare them, right?
But see, I'm still a bip fan of when it comes to movies that can tell a story and still give you just bad lines. But like, have you ever seen any of the like Ip Man or Ong Bak or The Raid?
It's been a while.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, the fucking scenes in that, though. The Raid, especially. People definitely got injured.
The choreography was fucking intense.
You can call it choreography, but there were people getting fucking blasted in that.
Right.
Oh, there definitely. I was watching an interview with this dude. He's a stunt guy, and he's been in quite a few Asian movies with even the dude who plays Ip Man. He's been like one of the bad guys and stuff. And he goes, when you're doing movies over there, you're going to get hit. You are going to get hit. He goes, you might be padded, but trust me, when I forget the actor's name, but the dude who's Ip Man, he goes, when he hits you, even with pads, you question if you're going to get back up.
It's the pro wrestling thing. You got to take bumps.
Yep. Yeah. So, but Ong Bak, I was watching some of the choreography, because now the choreography was like the Raid aside, because actually Ong Bak, have you seen Ong Bak, either one of you? There's Ong Bak 2.
I don't know if I've seen it.
I've seen one of them. Yeah.
It's a more frenetic style of fighting, and
the close up of the hands.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And they carried that over into the raid, because that was the same. I believe that's a very similar part, or region where the regions are closer together, so that it's more like per se. But in the raid, yeah, like you were saying, some of the fucking fighting. Because I watched it towards the end when the hero dude fights, when the protagonist fights that bad guy in the kitchen.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 12-minute fight.
Yep.
12 fucking minutes of these guys.
You could just compare it to like the end scene of Commando, and there's just like stick figures like slowly moving. Like, oh my gosh, choreography. Yeah. It's like no.
Where like literally some of the cuts in Commando where they're literally dummies as the buildings are blowing up. Boom. Yeah.
Now, one thing that about not the raid, but the movie that stole its entire plot from the raid.
I still liked it though. I thought you were talking about Judge Dredd.
I'm going with Judge Dredd.
That's what I thought. Yeah, the new Dredd.
I liked it. Don't get me wrong, because I like what they did with it, but that drug that they had.
That's right.
That would be the shit to have something like that. I mean, just the possibilities.
Sure. Yeah.
You know? I mean, something that in your head that slows down your time,
right,
and kind of syncs you up with the people around you who are doing the same thing. Yeah. Okay. Take my money, please.
JP wants that.
I'll never go back
in the 80s.
Yep. That way all the Commando scenes look like they're really fast action. It's just like, oh my gosh, it is in real time.
Choreography?
He just pulled that pipe off the wall and threw it through his stomach.
Yeah. And then steam comes out. And then, oh no, that wasn't in that one. Stick around. Yeah, he used to stick around, didn't he? When he was throwing the fucking saw blades.
Stick around.
And stuck to the tree.
Stick around.
Mm-hmm. Remember when I said I'd kill you last, Sally? Yeah. You promised. You said you'd kill me last. I lied.
It makes me wonder, what would John Matrix do in Seattle right now? What do you think he'd do? How about that transition, boys? How about that transition to the chop?
We're talking about the Capitol Hill Autonomous Zone.
Yeah. In case you've been living under a rock.
Occupied people protest. Occupational hazard, whatever it's
How many
called.
blocks is it up to now? Last I heard 7 or 8 blocks.
It was 6. It's probably 4.2 now. I don't know.
So an undisclosed number of blocks.
Well, I don't think we'd send that Schwarzenegger, though, as you intimated when we first came in here. I think we'd have to send Jack Slater.
I think we send the guy from Twins.
From Last Action Hero.
Yeah. Kindergarten Cop. He goes in.
It's not a tumor. No,
I like that guy who's going after Benedict.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. In Last Action Hero.
Yes. Sorry. And so, what is with this Occupy shit? What do they think the end game's going to be here? Now, if they're all kind of, I'm not gonna hog this, but if they're doing all this shit, right? I mean, what do you think the end game is? Are you all looking to be martyrs? Because that's what could potentially happen.
Let me ask you guys something. Do you think it's organized? Like, do you think there's a leader? Yeah, I don't either, right?
Well, there was the dude Raz that was handing out all the weapons. Raz Simone or whatever. Pseudo, not warlord.
I'm kind of curious. I honestly, this probably sounds kind of fucked up, but I want them to let this keep happening.
Just to see where it goes?
Dude, honestly, I want this because here's the perfect case of no police, right?
Yep. Well, technically,
no police.
That's already breaking down, though.
No, they thought that's what I'm expecting to happen.
I think the reason that's why they changed the name, right, is because that first person got shot when it was Chaz, and they claimed themselves occupied territory, so the police weren't going to come in, and they wouldn't let them in, and so they changed it so they could get medics, and so Trump wouldn't consider it as some kind of foreign territory or something where he could just invade, but.
Okay.
That was my thought of why they changed the name, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, it could be, but it seems like there's no leader like leading this zone, right?
Yeah, there might be whoever the current bully is, because I hear that it's kind of been very unpleasant for a good amount of people in there. But then,
yeah, what have you heard? Because I've heard some stuff too, but I'm getting this from people who frequent Fox News. So
I've just heard, and again, this is derivative information, but I've heard like there's been assaults. Obviously there's a murder. There's been rapes. There's been a lot of unpleasant stuff, and then there are other things that are happening where they're
homemade gardens. Drum circles.
They're not going to the store.
Jewelry, pottery.
No, but they're
incense.
I was reading some reports where some business owners were being required to pay.
Oh, like a protection tax or something?
Protection tax kind of deal, basically, yeah.
So there are rapes, there are murders. They have to pay for enforcement. It's funny, out in the real world, there are rapes, murders, and we have to pay law enforcement for enforcement. Interesting. Okay, cool.
This is different. It's the autonomous zone.
This is different. It's the autonomy. This is how autonomy works. Okay.
Let it run its course. Honestly, let it run its course. Let's see what happens.
We police ourselves, big fella.
Mm-hmm. What is the end game here? What do you think?
That's just it.
Where does this lead?
The police has the same cohesion that Wall Street did. Occupy Wall Street. Who's your leader? Sorry. Go ahead.
It is about the same. I think the first 2 weeks of Occupy Wall Street had a purpose, and then it just devolved into no one was running the show. Their misdirection of ideas and
where they wanted moment, didn't they?
Where they wanted to take it. And I think this is kind of going the same way. I think the Seattle police have said that they're prepping to come back in. So.
Okay. An autonomous commune, whatever that fucking line was in Monty Python, the Holy Grail.
Oh yeah,
that was that shit.
That was you've seen the bit on that, right?
Where the reporter thought it was some real shit.
No, someone from Reddit was quoting it for I think the Chaz thing, and then Fox picked up on it and quoted it as real. And he's like, you literally just stole that from Monty Python,
See, and here's this is funny. This is funny. We laugh about this, and I agree. This is fucking funny. But this happening and going onto a news station is the fucking problem.
Well, there's no vetting anymore. It's whatever side of the story you want to take. Just that's what it is. There's no like.
Did you vet it? Yeah. Go. Okay.
What I mean by that is like, so
it was on Reddit. It's
got to be real.
It's got to be.
But the problem is, like, people take that, like, one person's post, if it blows up and goes viral, then they think there's this big movement behind it.
Right.
And there's not. Like, it's just.
No, there's non-movement because people are sitting still watching it.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no movement. This is real.
It sucks because you look through social media and you, like, see some of these things that get all these upvotes, and it makes you feel like, oh, there's this big movement and a lot of people that believe in this. But then you look at it like there's not a lot of people who are actually doing this.
Right.
So is it a problem or is it just garbage?
It's a combination of everything, man. It's a problem. It's definitely a problem.
So it was Chaz and now it's Chop.
Yep. And then once the police come in, it'll be Chip. And the bicycle police will come in.
No.
Good joke. On motorcycles.
Yes, on motorcycles.
Estrada, right?
I'm going to allow it.
Judges?
If you got something else, John, go for it.
No, I like that. We're going with that.
Well, so in our notes here, we had Sonny and Cher written down. John had some joke about Chaz. That was Sonny and Cher's son's name?
That was their daughter's name. And then the daughter had a sex change.
And now she's
Jesus. Okay.
Chop.
No, he's Chaz.
That was funny.
Nicely done, son of a bitch.
Very good. Give that man a cookie.
We got to break the internet with these jokes. That's good stuff.
That's good. I'm happy.
That's really good.
All right,
what are you looking at? Somebody's got an iPad out. Uh-oh.
Oh, no. Trouble. Technology. Internets.
Hey.
We are not sponsored by Apple. This podcast has nothing to do with our viewpoints.
Great segue. iOS 14.
Ooh.
What do you think of some of the new features that are going to be in the next release?
I think they're doing some great stuff. Like, think even if you don't use Apple products, picture-in-picture with basically everything. Apps don't take up a full screen. You're watching a movie, it just bops down into a picture-in-picture. You decide how big it is.
That's cool.
What's up?
The translator part, too.
Yeah, that's crazy how they're doing that.
They bought somebody, obviously. They bought some company.
Yep.
And then honestly, they're making their own chips again. They're going away from Intel, which doesn't surprise me one bit. Intel is burning bridges.
Crunch chips.
Mm-hmm. AMD is starting to take over their shit.
No.
Good things about that.
Mm-hmm. What are you looking up right now?
Yeah. What are you downloading?
Well, it takes so long to sync over here. Just let me.
Maybe if you would actually wear your bow tie, you could find things faster.
You're angry. This is why you cry when you masturbate. Right here.
One of the reasons why I cry when I masturbate.
Many.
One of the many. Mm-hmm.
Hold on. And
why are you wearing a tie?
You guys keep talking, guys.
Why tie? Why tie?
Why tie?
Yeah. What's the occasion?
No, I just figure if anybody ever actually sees this, I want to look my best.
I don't think we're gonna have to worry about that, but you still look good. Don't worry.
Right? Someone who gets me.
That's right. Did you, JP? You had something about the media, and you mentioned CNN.
Media.
Oh yeah, how you grew up on CNN and you love it, and now it's the bastard father you wish you never had.
Grew up on CNN. That's great.
Well, we used to it was the 80s. We did a lot of things.
Watch Commando, CNN.
Part of it.
Anything with C's, we just ate it up.
No,
that's right.
You know what?
Crocheting.
Whether you like our president
off the rails.
Yeah. Sorry.
You notice how I stayed on the rails while you guys are falling off the rails?
Yeah, go ahead.
That's the anomaly.
That's why this love triangle works.
I'm going to put something in the chat real quick because I finally got it right here. And just fucking do what I want.
I'm just reading this article because I went to CNN. People.
We'll talk about that in a minute.
Jeez.
No, not yours. Mine.
Okay, go. Bring it up.
No. I want to talk about that in a bit.
What am I doing? No.
I hear that. We hear that. Okay.
Yeah. I like that. What was that?
We are not sponsored by that music. We are not.
You mentioned Intel. This is a commercial by IBM. It snuck into our conversation.
It sounds like porn music from the Life Erotic or Nubiles or other porn sites that I don't know the name of.
JP, why do you have like this riddle here?
No, we're going to talk about that in a bit.
No, go back to CNN. Dial up CNN.
Don't listen to me. This is why nobody likes you, Eddie. This is why.
CNN, go.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
So besides standing for the Commie News Network, what else? What does it actually stand for?
You're Mr. Hair Fake Talk, making the noises. Listen to me. I'm a man. I have no idea where that came from. No, love him or hate him, Trump. Right? This doesn't matter if you like him or hate him. What's pissing me off about the media lately is the way they will any little thing that is really inconsequential and that all of us have done, will do, whatever. With the whole water thing, walking down the ramp and stuff, and now the toilet paper on the foot, that was fucking gold. You can't make that shit up.
Awesome.
Okay.
He had toilet paper attached to his foot.
Oh, when it came off the airplane?
Plane.
Oh my God, that's awesome. Okay. Yep.
I know you can't make that up. And then he capped that off the next time by leaving. He got on. He couldn't figure out how to close the umbrella, so he just left it there. But that's irrelevant. He has people we pay to take that shit away and put it away.
Secret Service, take my umbrella.
Like when they just start picking at him for stuff that they know is gonna fucking trigger him, and sometimes you got to be careful when you trigger this individual because he might just decide to fucking pass a law or write up a bill or sign one of them things in the big brown things he always signs and shows us.
Or go golfing for a weekend. I mean, it could be either.
He already tried to silence CNN, didn't he?
He's trying to silence everybody.
No, he already tried to pass some bullshit to shut them up.
Oh, him and Acosta there don't like each other.
Yeah. Well, it didn't with Mr. Bolton, not Michael.
There are no other Boltons in my life.
Johnny
Only Michael.
Johnny Bolton?
Yeah. The Bolton book, yeah. That hit the shelves. Now, just out of curiosity, if you had a gun to your head and you had your choice to read one of two books, would you be interested in reading Bolton's book, or would you be interested in reading the niece's book about the family?
Probably, I don't know about the niece's book. Do tell.
Yeah, I know nothing about the niece's book, but that sounds more interesting.
Is that the hidden niece that no one ever talks about, or is that his hidden daughter?
This is his brother. But
his brother is
she's
his
got a
niece?
tell-all book that she's coming out this summer, and they're pulling out all the stops to keep her from publishing that book. Because I guess at some point when the will was decided, there was a non-disclosure family thing that everybody signed. So they said, well, if she publishes that book, she's in violation of the disclosure, and then, we have to, we do what we do. I don't know why. I went long.
We'll drop her off into Chaz and see if she can escape.
Wait a minute.
Escape from Chaz.
Michael Bolton's dead?
No.
Oh, you said the will. Like, who's will?
One of the Trumps. It's like one of the family wills came up. Yeah.
Oh, my God. Okay, so... I'm caught up now. So when you phrase that, you said Michael Bolton's book or the niece's book about the family. I'm like,
John Bolton's book.
Bolton's. Okay.
Take Michael Bolton out of it. He's just playing the saxophone over in the corner.
See you missing that, Aaron. But both of you? Yeah, we're on The Voice.
What you're saying, I like it. I choose you, John.
John Bolton. All right, gotcha.
John Bolton's book. I'm sorry. I'd almost be interested in the niece's book.
I don't
personally.
know. I just think it's funny you take the most hawkish neocon, John Bolton, and he lasts 6 months, if that, and now he's writing a book.
He's in there for 18 months.
Was he?
He's the longest dude in the job.
Longest sitting dude in the job.
But anyway, back to my point. The thing that pisses me off is the fact that the media will nitpick on shit that actually fucking matters. All right?
Doesn't matter, right?
Well, nitpicks on facts. That's what I'm saying. Nitpick, so he wiggles when he fucking holds a glass of water. When he's trying to walk down a fucking ramp. You know what? Hey, sometimes when my shit hurts and I'm walking down something steep, and in the military, one thing they didn't see any of the fucking news reports, and I'm not defending the guy, but it's like they paint all the fucking concrete. Like that, they do shit like that. You'll paint, that thing was probably painted and it didn't have the strips on it, because in the military, they got to keep you busy, man. So you're fucking painting everything. Just be glad you don't have any of those fucking little animals that you ride in the fucking playground. They have you fucking painting that too.
And the spring.
Now, does he have one of those in the Oval Office? Just a little...
He should.
Yeah, it's called a Ivanka.
Oh, no. Low blown. Where's my sound effect button? Doot, doot, doot.
That's right.
God, you wiped my memory with that.
You're picturing him riding her like one of those little... Okay.
The concrete and it's always this glossy paint, right?
It's very slippery then, right?
So it's waterproof. Yeah, so it's
waterproof, yeah. So you're walking on this stuff, and I guarantee that was the issue. And he's probably like, ooh, this looks slippery. And the other guy, when you fucking live there and work there all the time, you know how to walk on that shit, right? But if you don't, and he had...
and you got the nice dress shoes.
Yeah,
right?
He's in these fucking leather-soled shoes. So it's like, guys, stop triggering him. It's like you don't trigger somebody who is the most powerful fucking man in the world, basically. To a degree.
Got to them.
I don't know about that.
CNN they weren't doing this shit before, as far as I know. But Trump would just lob all these fucking sophomoric bullshit remarks at them, and then all of a sudden they're doing it back. It's just he wins when you do that. He wins when you do that.
He's all about ratings, so whatever gets the most ratings, that's what
the thing is. He doesn't have anything to lose. From his perspective, I think he just doesn't have anything to lose.
He wants to win that election.
He doesn't. I guess when you put it that way, he has something to lose.
Yeah.
But I mean, normally he just doesn't give a fuck. And
you're right. Yeah.
And you gotta, if nothing else, you gotta credit the guy for conviction. Did you say that? No.
You mean the conviction of being a liar?
Conviction for whatever he's driving forward.
Okay.
Whatever it is, that's what he believes, and is it right? Is it wrong?
In a sense, he's very much Commando-like. He's just one-liners the entire time. He just says what he says. He's just gonna
just go Commando.
You lied.
I think John Matrix has a better relationship with his child, though. I think if Ivanka got kidnapped, Trump wouldn't even bat an eye. He'd go golfing.
Well, I mean, Alyssa Milano is young, right? So let's just, obviously she went through the whole Weinstein stuff, right? Wasn't she a Weinstein?
If Epstein would have been in that movie, it would have been a totally different movie.
If what?
What's that?
Jeffrey Epstein would have been a Commando.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Been a totally different movie for Alyssa Milano.
Oh my God! No, wait. Oh, Jesus Christ, JP. Was she harassed by Weinstein?
Maybe she was just part of the Me Too movement. Maybe she wasn't part of his his list.
I don't know, honestly.
I will have to look.
I guess if you worked with him, you probably were harassed by him, right?
Right.
Seems to be the trend.
Method of operation.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder how he was with men. How he treated
the men?
Yeah, how he was with male actors is what I'm saying.
Generally, my guess would be if they didn't agree with his misogyny and all this bullshit, then he would not help them out. Right?
I don't know if they ever saw that part of it. I think he was more of one of the boys, but I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know.
No, but I think if you crossed him, obviously he was a power shaker in Washington, so.
You mean in Hollywood?
You mean in Hollywood?
What did I say?
Washington.
Because we were talking.
I would venture to say they're one and the same.
Meh, they're different.
Well, no,
they're apart.
Some don't.
One think they're a bunch of politicians. The other ones are a bunch of politicians.
Yeah, there you go.
No, but I just think it'd be nice to see the media just ask real questions that aren't ridiculously
Twisted.
probing.
Yeah.
Because we have a known quantity here. The whole we do more testing, we find more cases. So I said slow down the testing, and and then it's like, oh, he was joking. Oh, I wasn't joking. The media's like, well, were you joking? Were you not? It's. Can we segue?
Go for it. Segue.
It's weird what's happening right now. You guys know I don't go around wearing 10 fucking hats, right? That's not my gig, right? But
I'll put one on all day long.
I'll posit a theory sometimes. I'll listen to an idea, because we never know, right? Because everything we know about politics and news and in the world outside our fucking room right now, for the most part,
we're living in strange days.
Is
redonkulous?
Derivative.
Thank you. Is derivative. So it's just almost it's there's so much idiocy going on right now, across the board, but if you look at the left and you look at the right, both of them have lost their fucking minds. And then you got COVID, and you got Black Lives Matter, and everything that's directly or indirectly related to that. And then the way COVID is swelling in, and all this stuff, it just feels like it's a distraction. It just feels like, it's definitely a distraction, especially when you add it all up. But it's right. Almost like, and it's also multifaceted. You have all these multifaceted aspects of the left and the right and their relationship, and the multifaceted in the socioeconomic as well as the socio-political as well as the socio just
what's
societal.
It distracting us from?
That's a good.
Yeah.
Put on that tinfoil hat. What are you telling us?
No. But I don't have an answer. But I can say that it feels like a distraction because just with the whole slow down the testing, we'll have fewer cases, right? Just that whole little debacle. It is so abject. It's so in our face. It's like he didn't. He says this. He didn't mean that. I did mean it. Just to have that kind of. It's not even like denial. It's not. it's just weird, and it doesn't make sense. It's so illogical. Now, granted, in a world gone insane, the sane man is the anomaly, but it just seems too...
Well, it's not doing anything. Like, literally, all this back and forth childish bullshit, nothing's actually happening. What laws are being passed while this is happening?
It's a standstill. Right, Minnesota legislature standstill. Congress standstill. They're not going to pass it. They already said they're not passing anything till after the election, so nothing is going to change.
Oh wow! So because Congress is controlled.
Because the Senate didn't get their bill passed. The Republicans presented an idea for police reform. Democrats shot that down immediately. Now the House of Representatives is bringing the Democratic bill up. That's going to go absolutely nowhere. Of course,
that's going to go nowhere.
So they're just going to sit till the election and stew until it all blows up.
That's what McConnell did in 2016.
Yeah,
he just kind of stonewalled everything.
They should make it illegal to label a bill either Democratic or Republican. Whoever drafts the bill, it should be anonymous every time. You should have to read it at face value. Right. You know what I mean? Because now they see blue or red, and it's just like, it's the dumbest fucking shit on earth.
I'm just saying that because of who controls what gear of power. So
now,
none of them think that way, though. Sorry.
The House goes Democrat. Or not the House, but if the Senate goes Democrat in November, that's going to be some interesting times.
If Trump gets voted in as president, too, like, I was kind of thinking about that. If all of it's blue except for him, imagine that dynamic. Like, that's going to be...
That'd be crazy, especially
nuts.
Especially if they have enough Dems in there to override vetoes.
Yeah.
I don't... What do they need? 2/3 for that to happen?
I believe it's 2/3. Yeah.
I don't think they'll get 2/3. I think it'll be close to even, slightly slanted one way or the other. So,
I'm guessing Dem majority. That's just my guess, my lack of knowledge guess. Democratic majority in everything except president. I don't think
Did you see that Lindsey Graham was being interviewed today, and he kind of had one of those parting moments with the president's view? Today about the whole Obama and the treason thing. He was on the Christian Broadcasting Network, I think it was. I could be wrong with the name, but it was a Christian type thing, and he's being interviewed, and they said, what crime are you saying Obama committed? And Trump basically, treason. He committed treason, but not really going into detail. But
it's crazy to me. Like, they still bring up Obama constantly.
Yeah. But Lindsey Graham, when asked about that, just said, oh, no, Obama didn't do anything worth investigating. It was from a treasonous angle, blah, 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 blah. But he said it in his good old boy voice.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to get in the truck here and go get some victuals. And have some supper. But, sorry. So that's just my, from a political standpoint, just the... Just quit nitpicking, and CNN is actually the worst for it. They all do their thing, like Rachel Maddow. I'm just like, shut up.
She's CNBC or she's CNN?
Yeah,
CNBC.
She's CNBC.
She's on the left.
Shut up.
Yeah.
On the left, she's like horizontal left. And I just love it when they fucking the media, when they just give you the shaming look.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, no,
you think that's on the teleprompter? Shame look 7.
Mm-hmm.
Shame look 7. Bad phone, Jack.
Put it on the prompter. She will read it.
Oh.
Man, because you go to
the
Fox
producers,
News, it's the same shit.
No, I'm talking.
I know what you mean. Like, it sucks because there's like nowhere to go.
Then it's alternative media. So now you're looking on YouTube, and then they demonetize you, or you're listening to someone else, a podcast or whatever. Or you're listening to us. I don't know why you'd be doing that.
Honestly, I would say, honestly, between the three of us, we have pretty differing viewpoints on a lot of the political stuff. Yeah, we'll agree on certain bullet points, but I'm sure if we broke it down sometime, we would all be completely different. I think so. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Well, Jeremy's misogyny is getting better.
For fuck's sake.
Geez.
Coming from you, the guy who didn't even tie his tie.
I'm a chauvinist. There's a difference.
Nicely done. Oh, that's a true writer right there. True writer. He writes bathroom novels.
I don't want to get into war phonetics, but what else we have on the list?
I think that's it. I think we're about to wrap it up. Maybe figure out what we're gonna watch next week and talk about maybe something besides politics.
Suggestion.
I have a suggestion.
You had one time before.
Okay, we'll vote it up.
Time before.
You had Dawn of the Dead. I had Randomizer.
Okay, what do you want?
So, no, not me. No, I want you. One of you two just bring up your suggestions. And we'll,
go ahead. Keep. Go ahead, JP. The Keep. Yeah. I want to do an homage to someone that passed away last week. Or Joel Schumacher died.
Okay.
So I want to do Lost Boys.
Holy fucking shit, dude. Absolutely.
And where else did you see a guy with a big chain around his neck playing a saxophone with fire everywhere? I'm in.
NXS? Come on. NXS oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
You, Sir Jeremy, have one.
We're good that? Okay. Lost Boys, then we can do the Keep. We'll keep it 80s for a while, and then we'll dump to something else.
And JP, if you get one in the hopper, because you're next, right?
That's what I was saying, the Keep.
The Keep, we can do that.
Oh, okay. The Keep
or Highway to Hell.
Never seen either of those. I don't even know what they are.
Jeremy, pull up the trailer real quick. You just got to see this trailer.
Oh God, Rogue Media.
Okay, what Highway to Hell?
Just Highway to Hell trailer. You'll get it.
Did they get AC/DC on the soundtrack at least?
Nope.
Probably.
Maybe. I'd be surprised if not. I don't remember. I was really high.
Yeah, that's bullshit. You were at the time. Okay.
Yeah, then.
As a man who's wearing a tie now, he's quite reformed.
Quite sophisticated.
Progress of a kind.
Holds.
Progress. Mr. Loggins, progress is why we do what we do. I don't have time for failure.
Do you seize it? You see a black...
mute myself so I can take this all in.
Wow, Manhunter moment. Here we go.
Hey, yo. Join us on a dazzling cinematic adventure down the highway to hell. A winding route that stretches from here to eternity.
Kansas anymore.
Discover the warm, energetic, inventive, and friendly
Hell Cops
of hell.
Can you tell me the quickest way to hell?
Sex, drugs, rock and roll.
Share with them their traditional crafts.
Yeah.
Delicious.
That was Lita Ford and Andy Warhol just there.
Oh my God, Miller.
Paging Saddam Hussein. Bastard!
Down here.
It's got Christy Swanson in it. Oh, damn.
Marvel at the unusual flora and
Ben Stiller and his dad too, right?
delight in the people's daily pursuits.
I'm a lover, not a fighter. Oh.
And see reenactments of rituals that go back hundreds of thousands of years.
Once you have crossed, there is no way back. I'm gonna school your brain!
Learn how a people steeped in tradition have made their city a thriving modern metropolis.
It's the cop from hell!
And meet the individuals who have made hell the international hotspot it is today.
I am the Prince of Princes.
We've heard that story before, haven't we?
Highway to Hell. An unforgettable journey from Sovereign Pictures.
Now we'll have some fun.
Yes. Wow.
It is. Did I ever tell you the story about Kayla when she was a little shaver in that movie?
No.
So I'm working downstairs. I'm editing video, and you might want to stop that. There you go. And
I've already It's on you. Go tell your story.
I thought you were interjecting. Sorry.
It's still sharing your screen. There we go.
Kayla comes down. Dad, can I watch? Because I traded this dude some. I forget what the fuck I traded him for, and he used to own a video store, so he gave me a fuck ton of movies, and this is all in a box. And I'm downstairs working, Kayla had found Newsies in there. There was a Rover Dangerfield, other movies like that, right? And she's like, Dad, can I grab a movie out of the box? I'm like, yeah, sure, go
Newsies
for it.
and Highway to Hell. Bam.
Yeah, and Kayla's watching a movie. About an hour later, Mom goes home. I'm like, hey, how's it going? Hey, Kayla, what are you watching? She goes, do you know what she's watching? And I'm like, no. Why did you let her watch that? I'm like, what is she watching? I said she wanted to watch a fucking movie from the box. I said, watch a movie from the fucking box. She's watching a movie. There's some guy with an ice cream scoop, and he's going to scoop out this guy's brains. Chicks got her tits all over the TV. I'm like, so I went up, Highway to Hell. Yeah.
Maybe that's how we should do this. We should just have an old box of VHS that we just randomly pull crap out of and say we're watching this movie.
Absolutely.
Yes. It could be Newsies or Highway to Hell.
I know just a guy who has a box of VHSs. John Parker.
If we were going to do that, we'd have to do it together, and I think we'd want to film it. So we could have it on the show.
Or you could just turn around and have another camera, and we could just go to that, and you can draw randomly out of the box. But yeah, we could do that.
No.
We'll
we'd watch it together.
Oh, yeah.
Like we get together, but we record ourselves. So for the reaction, just some of the stupid shit, and then we can cut that. Just cut some of that in and make us. I think that could be.
I'm down with that.
Thing.
All right.
Creative ideas live on the podcast.
And we gotta watch Villain, that Guy Ritchie style movie. It's not a Guy Ritchie movie, but that British kind of Guy Ritchie style movie.
Well, we've got
Villain.
2 movies lined up.
I'm just saying, you guys.
I know. I got you.
Guys, and anybody listening, it looks really good. I mean, bartender comes at you with a hammer, just pay your fucking bill and call it a day.
Perfect.
Damn, words to live by, folks.
Hit him with the hammer.
Who's giving us all the hearts? Are your hearts rolling?
I hope my heart's beating.
There you go.
No, my heart. Right. The heart down below is just going, just rattling along.
He's talking about Skype lingo, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, look at Skype.
For the audio listeners right now, I cannot see this.
All right. So next week, Lost Boys and more non-politics, obviously, because that's what we love talking about.
It's tough not to.
Hey. Do you have any sponsors?
Bring us out, yeah.
Do we?
Me?
I asked you if we had sponsors. We have sponsors?
Do we have sponsors, Aaron?
You were the one who asked the question. Well, you should know the answer to the question.
I think this one's brought to you by the letter T.
For Thunder Britches, they did sign the contract, right?
For Thunder Britches. It's in the works. The check's in the mail. So next week, Thunder Britches, brought to you by.
I think Thunder. Yeah, we're gonna have Matt Damon on next week too, right?
Yep.
So talk to his people. He should be here.
Yeah, they haven't called us back yet, but I'm pretty sure we're in. It's good.
All right. Double check that. Until then, good night.
Until then,
good day. Good afternoon.
Bye, people. See you later.
See you later.